Hey, thanks for joining us for Bible Bits and Mini Clips. I remember doing a song, I was playing a song for you last summer. I Walked a Mile with Sorrow. And, that speaks volumes to us. Most of us don't want to sign up for anything that's hard or inconvenient, but we don't learn much from our affluent good times. The times that we cherish and remember the most were the days of our struggle. And, Spurgeon, he has a great quote. He said, "Affliction is the best piece of furniture I have in my house." We draw close to God in suffering and hard times. He molds us and shapes us and builds our character. I remember when I was a young youth pastor, uh, my pastor that was mentoring me would always use the phrase HKU 101, Hard Knocks University. And he'd kid me about the PhD part because he knew one day I probably would get one. And he said, post hole digger. And, during that time in Albuquerque, I believe it was 1978, me and a roommate, we worked for the church. They couldn't afford us, so we had to work side jobs. And for 3 weeks, we lived off of dry potato flakes and sweetened condensed milk. And no one invited us over, but you know what? Those are good times. We remember those times. We complain too much to be inconvenienced. Um, Perhaps in the heat we can say, well, we have no AC, or we might be inconvenienced by being sick and our favorite soup's not in the store or it's not available. Or we might even get like a heat rash. I haven't had one of those in 40 years, but you can see because it's been so hot lately that the sweat glands aren't working as they should. And we complain and we think that's suffering. No, we have no idea what suffering is. Suffering is our brothers and sisters in overseas and in hard places where they're persecuted for their faith. That's suffering for Christ. We suffer as Americans, but we get indignant just because we're inconvenienced and our preference isn't available. We need to rethink that and humble ourselves and get on our knees. As Solomon used to say, sorrow is better than laughter. We can learn a lot more as we draw close to God. And in fact, somebody said once that once you suffer, it's like a kiss from God. Jesus is you're drawing closer to Jesus and you're feeling His sufferings. Well, thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful day. And Lord bless you. Remember, suffering's not so bad. Count yourself a blessing if you do suffer.